At some point in your time playing Star Citizen, you will no doubt draw the ire of local law enforcement, or bounty hunters such as myself, resulting in you promptly landing arse first in the nearest Klesher rehabilitation facility. There are 3 ways you can get back out into the verse and begin wreaking havoc once more. The first is to simply wait out your sentence, and if it's already 1 AM and you really should be in bed, then that's probably the best way. Assuming you want out now, however, then you can either earn your way out or escape. We will be covering the legitimate means of release in this video, and we will cover escaping at a later date, which will be linked in the top right and in the description. With all that covered, I'm Sean from We Small Band. Now grab your towel and join me for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Verse.
Quantum travel initiated.
Upon waking in prison, you will find yourself in a small hab pod, with all of your equipment seized and replaced with a rather fetching yellow environment suit and a grey cat multi-tool. I need to mention a caveat here. At the time of recording, if you are sent to prison with both a pistol and a utility item equipped, then there is a chance that the multi-tool won't spawn or it will be broken. I will cover how to rectify this shortly. Proceed out of your pod and make your way to the central area. If you're on an upper floor, you can simply jump the railings if you're feeling brave, thanks to the low gravity here on Aberdeen. Here at the central consoles, you can see how long you have left of your sentence at the bottom. Make a mental note of this so you don't waste time earning unnecessary credits. Now you want to identify the mines. Look around the room and you will see that each hab area is marked with a number ranging from 1 to 4. You're looking for 2 or 3 with the mines being set between them. Make your way down the corridor and head left to the commissary. If you're missing the multi-tool altogether, then it's here that you can obtain one. Keep in mind, however, that this requires credits, so you need to wait for a repair mission to appear before you can grab one. Once ready, make sure your helmet is equipped, trust me, I've made that mistake more than once, and proceed into the mines. Take out your multi-tool by pressing 4 on the keyboard and just check that it's functional before proceeding. If pressing 4 doesn't equip your multi-tool, simply look down, hold F, look at the multi-tool and select equip. If the multi-tool isn't on your leg, then open the Moby glass, simply unequip it and move it to another utility slot. That will fix this bug. There are 3 cave complexes to choose from and they're all roughly equivalent, so take your fancy. Cave 1 in my experience does tend to have the most players in however, so do keep that in mind, with Cave 3 being the worst terrain. Proceed through to the cave of your choice, and if you have more than about an hour's time to serve, proceed through to the deeper sections. You can identify the next section by these markers shown on screen. If you have less than an hour, simply mine in the lower sections, as honestly the time it takes for you to get to the deeper sections and back again isn't worth the additional credits. A word of advice here, whilst moving through the caves, do not sprint. Due to the rough terrain and low gravity, sprinting will almost certainly see you catapulted into the ceiling before you get ragdolled into a weird hole that you can't get back out of. Just increase your walking speed using the mouse scroll wheel. Keep going until you reach the first O2 station, which is section 4 or 5 depending on the cave. These O2 stations are vital to ensuring that you have enough oxygen to fill your rucksack and still make it back to the entrance to deposit your spoils. Be warned, however, that oxygen within these stations is server-based, not player, meaning that other players can take it all, leaving you gasping for air. Once in the deeper sector, take out your multi-tool by pressing 4 on the keyboard and proceed to look for any crystal deposits. These can be identified by a yellow marbling and a coloured crystal scene. If you're struggling to find any deposits, a good place to find several is in these dead ends splattered about the caves, identified by red lights and X markers. Once you've found a good candidate, going into ADS by right-clicking the mouse and looking at the deposit will confirm what you're looking at. There are 3 that you will find, the first being the blue aphrite. This is essentially worthless, and unless you only need to shave off a couple of minutes, it should be ignored. Dolivine crystals are green and are worth an okay amount. It's painful to mine due to its high instability, but in a pinch it can be used to earn quite a few credits. Finally, there is Haddonite, which is purpley pink in colour. It can look very similar to aphrite at a first glance, but is worth substantially more, and this is the mineral that you want to focus on. On screen now you will see a chart of how much each mineral is worth in terms of time off your sentence. As a rule, 1 credit equals 1 second, so if you forget, you can easily check by going to the deposit terminals. Use this in combination with your time owed to work out exactly how much you need. I won't cover how to hand mine in this video, as we have a dedicated mining guide already, which will be linked in the description and in the top right. Once you have filled your rucksack, make your way back out of the caves by locating the exit signs, which will be lit up green, making them easier to find, remembering to fill up on O2 if needed. 30% is more than enough to make it back, but go with 40 if you want to be really safe. Once back at the entrance, head round to the left side, then up to the deposit terminals. Interact with them by holding F and left clicking, then deposit your haul. Whilst in the mines, also keep an eye out for any missions that pop up. As with any other missions, these can be accepted by pressing the relevant key, or by going into your Mobiglass, selecting the contract manager and accepting the mission. At the time of recording, these are only O2 station repair missions, which simply require you to go to the relevant O2 station and interact with it. The ones in the deeper sections can be worth a lot of credits, so if you have a long sentence, it's almost always worth trying to do these. Keep in mind, however, that multiple people can accept the same mission, so it is a race against each other. Once you have enough credits, you will hear a tannoy announcement informing you that your sentence is complete. Congratulations, you're now reformed into an honest member of society who would never do anything to make me shoot you again. Would you? Make your way to the central area, then head for the inmate processing, situated between Habs 4 and 1. Simply call the elevator and head for the surface, after which you should respawn in Everest Harbour over Hurston, with all of your equipment returned to you. And that covers everything. Leave any thoughts and questions down below. As already stated, we will be covering escaping in a future video, as well as how to wipe away your dirty deeds, but is there anything else you'd like to see covered? And with that, we thank you for watching, and we'll catch y'all next time.